Hello everyone, my name is David Alejandro Díaz Bolaños and I'm a student of foreign languages at the University of Nariño. Today I'm going to talk about some important principles for teaching and learning a foreign language in our context, especially in classrooms where English is taught as a second or foreign language. These principles are based on my research, especially from the work of Rod Ellis, a very important author in second language acquisition. I also included another ideas from other experts like Krashen. So let's begin. So as you can see in my infographic, the first principle is focus on form. This means that the teachers should help students and notice grammar while they are communicating. Ellie said in 2003, that the students learn better when they pay attention to the grammar in context, not only in isolated exercises. For example, if a student says, I don't know, she go to school, the teacher can answer, yes, she goes to school. So the student hears the correct form. And according to my investigation, this kind of correction helps to improve the grammar without stopping the communication or making students feel like a little bit uncomfortable. The next principle is encourage the meaningful communication, as you can see in my infographic. This principle is to encourage the real communication in the classroom. Like Ellis said in 2005, the students should use the language for real purposes, like solving problems, giving opinions, or asking about their personal experiences. Instead of only repeating sentences, the students should speak about their own ideas. For example, they can, I don't know, make role plays, make interviews, or maybe debates in a class, which are great activities to practice English in like a more natural and fun way. The next principle, the principle number 3, is provide comprehensible input. This third principle is to give the students the comprehensible input. This means that they should hear or read things they can mostly understand, even if there are some new words for them. Krashen said in 1985 that we learn languages best when we understand messages. So teachers definitely should use songs, videos, or stories that are a little above their students' level, but still understandable. In this way, they help them to learn new vocabulary and grammar in a more natural way. The next principle is to promote interaction between the students. Elise said in 2003 that when the students interact and talk to each other, they learn better because they are negotiating the meaning. For example, in a pair, in pairs, or in group activities, the students help each other to understand, and they also repeat and reformulate what they say. This helps them to use the English more actively and even confidently. The next principle, the principle number 5, is that you should give effective feedback. So, the fifth principle is about giving good feedback. The teacher should correct mistakes in a helpful way and respectful way, even. Alex explained this in 2008, that the feedback is more effective when it's clear, specific, and not too direct. For example, instead of saying, hey, that's wrong, the teacher can say, hey, do you mean went instead of go? Like this helps the students to correct themselves in a more meaningful way. And like I said, I also did my research, and according to my research, this peer correction and self correction also, what can you say, works very well in many classrooms. The next principle, the principle number 6, is to adapt to the learners' levels. So this sixth principle is to adapt the class to the student's level. Not all the students learn at the same speed or have the same background. For example, Ellis said in 2005 that the teacher should know the student's level and needs before planning their lessons. So we can use the short tests or class observations to decide which activities are better for each group. Um, that's it for principle number 6. Now let's go to principle number 7, which, as you can see, is that you have to promote the autonomy for the fosters. This last principle is to help students to become independent learners. At least wrote in 2003 that learner autonomy is important for long-term success. The teachers can ask students to set goals, reflect on their learning, or even use apps and online tools outside the classroom. This makes the students more responsible and more motivated. So now that we have seen our infographic, we can now conclude that the focusing forward, the meaningful communication, the comprehensible input, the interaction, the effective feedback, the level adaptation and learning autonomy are not theoretical. They can really help us in our classrooms. According to my investigation, applying them makes foreign language learning more effective, dynamic, and enjoyable for both the students and us as teachers. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope you like my infographics. I hope you like my investigation, my research, and everything that I did, my energy. So see you next time. Bye.